Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1985 pennant race in season ticket baseball. It is September 7th, 1985, and we are headed over to Dodger Stadium for a National League matchup between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is actually a rematch of Block 35 when we were at Shea Stadium for this matchup. The Mets won that game 2-0. As for tonight's game, the Dodgers historically won this game 7-6. It was a pretty wild game, but we will see what Season Ticket has to say about that. Before we get into this, let's get into a standings update. Looking in the American League East, we see the New York Yankees are in control of the American League East. Once the webcam decides it wants to focus, we'll see that. They have a record of 86-44. The Blue Jays are 11 games back at 76-56, and the Orioles are behind them at 73-56. Actually, is this the? I think this is the last print that I had. Yeah. So the Yankees are actually 88-46. The Blue Jays are 10.5 back at 78-57, and the Blue Jays are there. The Tigers are a half game behind the Blue Jays at 77-57. The Orioles are still hanging around at 74-58. In the AL West, the Angels are at a record of 76-57. The Royals are at 72-63, so it's looking like Kansas City is going to stay above 500. As for the National League, where our attention turns tonight, the Mets are coming into this one at a record of 78 wins and 56 losses. So it looks very much like the Mets are going to make the playoffs, but they're 5.5 back of the Cardinals in the NL East. Currently, they're the 4 seed. They are looking up at Houston by 3.5 games. As for the NL West, the Dodgers are leading the division, the NL West, at a record of 82-52, a game and a half ahead of the Astros in the NL West. It is looking like the Dodgers and the Astros are going to be dance partners in the NLDS. So we will see what happens there. We're just about set to get into this one at Dodger Stadium. We're expecting a sellout. So, let's say we get down to the field and get things started tonight. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight is Jerry Royce. 14-10 with a 2.92 ERA, 212 2/3 innings pitched, 84 strikeouts, 58 walks, and 13 home runs in 85. While the rest of the Dodgers get loose behind Royce, we will take our first look at the Mets starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Wally Backman at second base. Tom Pacioretty is in right field. Keith Hernandez is at first base. Gary Carter's catching. Darryl Strawberry is in center field. George Foster's in left field. Ray Knight is at third base. Rafael Santana is at shortstop. And the starting pitcher for the Mets, Ed Lynch, gets a pitcher batting card. Just making sure everything's in order. And before we go too far, I want to make sure Fast Score is somewhere close, so we can get into that. And where did the 1985 ratings get to? Oh, scoring chart and the ratings. Okay, so that's all on top of everything here. Okay, so we are all set to go now. Leading off for the Mets tonight is Wally Backman. 273 average, 1 home run, 38 RBIs in 85. We are going to be using blue, white, and blue dice tonight. Dodgers are the home team. Dodgers are looking to pick up some breathing room on the Astros. Mets are chasing both the Cardinals and the Astros. Which team will achieve their objective tonight? Only the dice know, and in order to find out what the dice know, we have to lift the curtain and go to the first pitch. So here we go. We will start off with a 192, and that'll be a bloop single for Backman as he will get on board. And the Mets will have the leadoff runner on, and we are underway here at Dodger Stadium. The infield will... I got to do it the other way. There we go. The infield will go to double play depth as Tom Pacioretty will step into the batter's box for the Mets. 284 average, 1 home run, 33 RBI in 85. Backman is going to hold. Actually, the Mets are going to try a hit and run here. That'll be their plan. I'm actually going to put I'm actually going to reorganize some of this stuff. I had the already played score sheets out so I could show off, so I could talk about the previous time these two teams were on the board, which, as I mentioned, the Mets won. Just getting everything reorganized here, and then we will be set to continue tonight's game. That score sheet can hit the bin, and we are ready to rock and roll once again. I was mostly doing that because I needed to get the hit and run chart out, or get that close. Oh, looks like I had the previous chart, the current standings printed out. I'll leave that close. Now what did I do with the... Probably back toward the rare plays again. No, hold on. I seem to have misplaced one of my charts. Ah, found it. Okay, I needed the hit and run chart because the Mets are going to be trying a hit and run here in this one. So now that we've got all that sorted out, Patriarch, hit and run is on for the Mets. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, Backman takes his lead, and here's the pitch. That is a 501. That's going to be a rare play with a man on first. So let's see what happens with a man on first. That is going to be a 603. And a 603 says it's a ground ball to first, who throws to shortstop to force out R1. So we're going to call that, with the hit and run, though, I think what we're going to do instead, since the hit and run was on here, we're going to call that... Actually, we're going to take a little bit of an element from that play. So the ground ball to first, who throws to shortstop to force out R1. We're actually going to say that that Backman's safe there. So now he's got to challenge Patriarch's speed. First baseman for the Dodgers tonight is Brock. He's got an arm of a 2 against a speed of a 3. Let's see if Patriarch can leg out an infield single. And he can easily. He will beat that one out for a single, as Brock can't make the play with the hit and run on, and the Mets will go to, and Patriarch will go to second. Keith Hernandez, actually there should be nobody out. So I just did the wrong thing again. Keith Hernandez will be the batter for the Mets. 309 average, 10 home runs, 91 RBIs in 85. Fans at Dodger Stadium are suddenly nervous. Mets are already threatening. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 292 against the lefty. Uh-oh. Hernandez thinks he's got a hold of one. That is deep to right field. Hernandez, with a power of a 4, can he give the Mets the lead with one swing of the bat? No, he's going to get under that one. That'll be into right field, but it's going to die out there. Guerrero waiting for that one. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 1. Gary Carter is now the batter for the Mets. 281 average, 32 home runs, 100 RBIs in 85. Backman edging off of second, Patriarch edging off of first. Royce will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 107, and that'll be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at first base on the foul side is Brock. He will make the catch, and that will be the out number 2 in the inning. Darryl Strawberry now in the batter's box. 277 average, 29 home runs, 79 RBI in 85. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set. Dodger Stadium, hoping for another big-time pitch. Royce will set, and he will pitch. That is a 560. That'll be over to shortstop. That'll be Duncan, and that'll be a ground ball right to him. He will take that to second himself, and that will retire the side. 2 hits for the Mets, but they can't do anything with it. Score is now New York 0, Los Angeles coming to bat. as ID Jester is first to join us here at Dodger Stadium. We are just starting tonight's block game, Jester. And speaking of blocks, what did I do with Fast Score? I just had my hands on it earlier. Oh, I think I buried it under, here we go. If you want to start looking ahead for our next block game, Jester, our next block day will be September 10th, 1985. I've got a few games that I've penciled in as games I might want to look at for tomorrow morning, for Saturday morning baseball. Anyway, starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight is Ed Lynch. 10-8 with a 3.44 ERA, 191 innings pitched, 65 strikeouts, 27 walks, and 19 home runs in 85. As the rest of the Mets get loose behind Lynch, we will take our first look at the Dodgers' starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Mariano Duncan at shortstop. Ken Landreau is in center field. Mike Marshall is in left field. Pedro Guerrero is in right field. Bill Madlock is at third base. Mike Scotia is catching. Greg Brock is at first base. We've had to call his name a couple times already tonight. Steve Sachs is at second base. And, of course, the starting pitcher is Jerry Royce. We'll get everything reset for the layout here. And also that offer to look ahead to September 10th, 1985 is for anybody who wants to weigh in on the next block game. Bear in mind two things. One, I'm going to focus on the pennant race. And two, since Jester's been around, I'm definitely going to take his opinion more heavily into account than a lot of you guys. Not to say I'm not going to consider your opinion, but since Jester has been around for a lot of the season, I will be taking his opinion more heavily into consideration. Leading off tonight for the Dodgers is Mariano Duncan. 244 average, 6 home runs, 39 RBI in 85. Let me tab back into Digital Diamond, and we will get rocking and rolling here. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 279 against a righty 279. Uh-oh. Duncan's got into one that is deep to left field. Duncan with the power of a 2, though. And 8 is 10. Duncan will find himself on first base with a leadoff single as the Dodgers get their leadoff man on. That'll drop right in front of Foster for a leadoff single for the Dodgers. The infield will go to double play depth as Ken Landreau is in the batter's box. 268 average, 12 home runs, 50 RBIs in 85. Duncan, not going to do anything crazy on the base paths. He will hold. Landreau's got pretty decent power. He's going to swing away. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 248 against the lefty. 248. Uh-oh. Landreau got into one. That's deep to center field now. Landreau with a power of a 6 this time. Can he give the Dodgers the lead with one swing of the bat and give the hometown faithful something to cheer about? Well, something to cheer about is going to be another base hit by for the Dodgers as Landreau will lay into that one. That'll drop in front of Strawberry for a single, and everybody moves up. Dodgers fans now coming alive with nobody out in the inning. Mike Marshall, now the batter. 293 average, 28 home runs, 95 RBI in 85. We are looking at a potential NLCS preview if the stars align just right. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 388. And a 388. Marshall's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. That is a huge strikeout for the Mets. Stadium groans. Ugh. First out of the inning is Lynch gets a huge K. Here's Pedro Guerrero. 320 average, 33 home runs, 87 RBIs in 85. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 129, and a 129 is going to be grounded right back to Lynch. He will turn, fire that over to Hernandez at first, 2 outs in the inning, but runners will move up. Duncan will go to third. Landreau to second. 2 outs in the inning as Bill Madlock now steps into the batter's box for the Dodgers. 360 average, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs in 85. Lynch trying to get out of this inning with no damage. Fans at Dodger Stadium are on their feet. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 116, and he is going to get out of it with a ground ball right back to Lynch. That'll come at him on a 1-hop. He will get that over to Hernandez at first, and that will retire the side. As the Mets do, so do the Dodgers. 2 hits, but the Dodgers can't do anything with them. We are scoreless here at Dodger Stadium after 1. Stopping in to check in with chat. The Brewers are not doing well this season at all. The Brewers are at 63 and 71. They're not in immediate danger of doomsday, but it won't be too long before we have the conversation of the Brewers as they're facing elimination due to finishing with a sub-500 record. Top of the second, and the Mets will send George Foster out to lead off the inning. 263 average, 21 home runs, 77 RBIs in 85. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 239. Against a righty at 239 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Madlock will grab that one. He will throw that across the diamond. 1 out in the inning. Ray Knight is now the batter. 218 average, 6 home runs, 36 RBI in 85. Royce looking into Scotia for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 646, and a 646 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that one up for the Dodgers is Sachs. He will make the play over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Rafael Santana, now the batter. 257 average, 1 home run, 29 RBI in 85. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 256 against a righty. 256 is going to be a 566, and Duncan's going to get to that one, ranging to his right. He's going to bobble it a little bit, but he will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the top of the second as we get set for the bottom of the second. Jester's thinking probably the AL. That might not be I've got a few. I think all of the games I've got marked off to look at potentially, are American League games. Bottom of the second, though, before we come back to that, we'll bring Mike Scotia to the batter's box for the Dodgers. 296 average, 7 home runs, 53 RBIs in 85. Scotia will take a few practice cuts, and he will stand in, ready to take the pitch. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 596. Right fielder is Pacioretty, and a 596 is going to drop right behind him. That'll get to the wall, and Scotia will be safe at second as he'll slide in with a double. Not what you want to see if you're the Mets. Here comes Greg Brock to the plate. 251 average, 21 home runs, 66 RBIs in 85. Scotia hovering off of second. He will hold. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 275 against the lefty. 275, Brock's into one. That is deep to right field. Brock has got a power of a 9. Do the Dodgers take the lead here? Yes, they will, as that will get out here with a boom! That ball is hit high, deep to right field. Pacioretty going back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run, Greg Brock, 2-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Lynch has got to have instant amnesia, and here's Steve Sachs. 279 average, 1 home run, 42 RBIs in 85. Dodger Stadium, now very much alive. Lynch, Lynch actually pitched him a meatball, and Brock turned that into pizza and got it out of here on a delivery. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 300 even, and Sachs is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Lynch working that outside corner, gets the changeup to catch the corner, and that's out number 1. Jerry Royce is now the batter. Of course, no pitcher batting stats on the pitcher batting cards. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 647. That'll turn into a 657, and it'll be grounded over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Knight. He will make the play over to first, out number 2. Two outs, and the batter now is Duncan. Duncan tonight has a single. Lynch will get the sign from Carter once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 506. That will be a rare play with 2 outs. Let's see what we get up to with the rare play. A 297. 297 is going to be a single to left field. If the white die, the tens digit is higher than the left fielder's fielding. Let's see if it's higher than the left fielder's fielding. The batter advances to second on a fielding error by the left fielder. The left fielder here is Foster. His fielding is a 7. That's a 9. And Duncan's going to end up at second on the single and the E7. So Duncan will extend the inning, as Foster is going to get handcuffed by that one, and the batter now is Landreau. Landreau tonight is 1 for 1. Lynch looking out to Foster going, "What are you doing out there?" Lynch will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 148, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one is Strawberry. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Dodgers strike first. 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. A 2-run home run by Greg Brock. It is now 2-0 Dodgers after 2. And Jester's thinking Detroit versus Toronto. That is one of the games I've got marked off, so we'll keep an eye on that. If Philip Anderson's able to stop by tonight, no guarantees on that. We'll see what he has to say about that, but that could be the board game tonight, barring anything. It could be the board game for tomorrow morning, barring anything crazy in fast score tonight. Top of the third, and Ed Lynch will be the batter for the Mets to lead off the inning. Royce coming out of the dugout with a 2-0 lead. He's got to be feeling mighty good tonight. He will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 488 based on his I rating of a 3. A 488 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that, or into right field actually. Getting under that for the Dodgers is going to be Guerrero. He will make the catch, and that is out number 1. Backman, now the batter. Backman is 1 for 1. Royce looking in at Scotia for the sign. 2-0 Dodgers, top of the third. Royce will set, and he will pitch. With a 531, that'll be hit over to first base. That's Brock, and it's going to be hit right to him. He will wave Royce off, coming over to cover the bag. That'll be 2 outs in the inning. Pacioretty, now the batter. He is 1 for 1 tonight as well. Royce gets the sign from Scotia once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 531, and once again, Brock's going to get that one. And again, he'll wave Royce off coming over toward the bag. That will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets yet again here in the top of the third. Still 2-0 Dodgers as we get set for the bottom of the third. And sorry to say that you're not feeling well tonight, Jester. Hope you start feeling better soon. We'll see what everybody else has for a suggestion, but yeah, take care of yourself, Jester. Get some rest. As of now, plan on us going to, what is Toronto's home stadium? Yeah, Toronto would be the home team there. As of now, unless you hear differently, let's plan on going to Exhibition Stadium for tomorrow morning's game of Saturday morning baseball. We'll pencil a trip into Toronto for the time being. Bottom of the third coming up, though, we'll see the heart of the Dodgers order coming up. Here's Marshall. Marshall tonight is 0 for 1. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 555. That'll be over to third base. That is Knight. And a 555 is going to get by him, and that'll be a base hit into left field. Marshall will be content with a leadoff single. Not going well for the Mets tonight. Infield will go to double play depth, and the batter now is Guerrero. Guerrero tonight is 0 for 1. Marshall, not much of a threat on the base paths. He will hold. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 421 against the righty. A 421. Guerrero is going to work a walk out of the at-bat as he'll foul off a few pitches before Lynch finally loses control of a slider on the outside corner. That will be ball 4. And Dodger Stadium coming alive once again. The batter now is Madlock. Madlock tonight is 0 for 1. The Mets could use a double play ball here pretty badly. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. We'll re-roll that. That is a 281 against a righty, a 281. Uh-oh. Lynch might have served up another one. That is deep to left field for Madlock. Madlock with a power of 4, as the Dodgers are now threatening to blow this game open. Can they? Madlock's going to get under that one into left field. Foster will come under that one for the Mets, and it's going to die near the track. Foster will pull that one in for the first out of the inning. That is a huge fly ball for the Mets. Batter now is Scotia. Scotia has a double tonight. He also seems to have a magic eye, as he's got a lot of walks as the Dodgers have been on the board a lot in this replay. Lynch will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 547. That's over to second base. Backman waiting for that one. And that one's going to get past Backman, and that will be a base hit into right field. The bases are full of Blue Bombers. This is a very dangerous situation if you're a Mets fan. The infield has to play in, as the batter is Brock. Brock has a 2-run home run from earlier in this game. If he does it again, this would be a grand slam. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. Actually, Carter before that will go out to talk to Lynch on the mound. Lynch will then get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 403. And against a righty, Lynch is going to walk in a run. Maybe the lesser of two evils, as Scotia is going to trot to as Marshall is going to trot to the plate. Guerrero to third, Scotia to second, Brock to first. 3-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 2. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 159. And a 159 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Strawberry getting under that one. That will be 2 outs in the inning. And unfortunately for the Dodgers, batter now is Royce. Royce tonight is 0 for 1. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the third. Royce at the plate. Lynch will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 123, and it's going to be a hopper right back to Lynch. He will get off the mound for that one, throw that over to Hernandez, and that will retire the side. But the Dodgers extend their lead. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks. Score is now 3-0 Dodgers after 3. Stadium groans. Ugh. Dodgers know they should have had more than the 1 run with the bases loaded. Will that come back to haunt them? We will find out. Catching it up with chat here. Leading off the top of the 4th for the Mets, we've got the heart of their order. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 1. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 552. That'll be over to third base. Third baseman is Madlock, and it's going to be a ground ball to his left, but he'll get to that one. Spin, throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning. One out, and here's Carter. Carter is 0 for 1. Royce will get the sign from Scotia once again. Fans at Dodger Stadium loving what they see tonight. Royce will set, and he will pitch. That is a 332. And a 332 is going to be grounded right over to Madlock. He will take that going to his left, actually to his right would be just this side of the foul line. But Madlock will get that one as well. He will flip that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Strawberry, now the batter. Strawberry is 0 for 1 tonight. Royce looks in at Scotia for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 476 against a lefty, 476. Strawberry will continue the inning with a base hit into right field. He could try to extend that to a double, but he's going to be content with the 2-out single. Especially as the batter now is Foster with a pretty good bat on his shoulder. Foster's 0 for 1. Nothing cute here. Foster's going to grip it and rip it. Royce will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 284 against a righty. 284, Foster's into one. That is deep to left field. Foster with a power of a 9. Do the Mets cut into the lead? Yes, the Mets will cut that lead down to 1 with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Marshall going back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run, George Foster. 3-2 now in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Knight. Knight tonight is 0 for 1. Royce, got to shake that one off. He will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 572. That'll be into left field. Left fielder's Marshall, and it'll be a fly ball right to him. Maybe taking a couple steps to his right, but he will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run bomb by George Foster. Score is now 3-2 Dodgers as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of 1985 pennant race action here in season ticket baseball. And yep, the Mets had no offense so far, and then right after Jester said that, they get a 2-run home run out of that. That's just how it works. Either you say something and then the opposite happens, or I log into your stream and things go haywire. That's usually about how it works, I would think. Bottom of the 4th, we'll see the top of the Dodgers order coming back up to face Lynch. Here's Duncan. Duncan tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he advanced on an error. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is that's a 491 against a righty, a 491. Duncan's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That will be out number 1. As Lynch brings that one inside, Duncan misses it, 1 out in the inning, and the batter now is Landro. Landro is 1 for 2. Lynch gets the sign from Carter. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 400 even, and Landro is going to work a 1-out walk out of the at-bat. He will watch a curveball sink low, and that'll be ball 4. The infield for the Mets will go to double play depth, as the batter now is the ever-dangerous Marshall. Marshall, though, has a single tonight. Nothing cute from the Dodgers here. Marshall's going to grip it and rip it. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 370. And a 370. Marshall's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Lynch trying to come up big here. Trying to make up for some of the damage that happened earlier in the game. Although the Mets offense is giving him a lot of help in that regard. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Lynch looking into Carter for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 5-10, and that'll be grounded right back to Lynch on the hop. He will turn, throw that over to Hernandez at first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Dodgers, and the Mets get to within 1 run on a 2-run blast by George Foster. 3-2 Dodgers after 4. As the 1985 regular season is starting to head rapidly for the finish line in September. Haywire is the name for sure. Yeah. Leading off the top of the 5th for the Dodgers is Santana. Santana is 0 for 1. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 523. That'll be right in front of Scotia. And that's going to be a swing and a miss by Santana as he'll miss a changeup for strike 3. That will be out number 1. Lynch, now the batter. Lynch is 0 for 1 tonight. Royce looking in at Scotia for the sign. Dodger Stadium on their feet. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 381. 381 based on his contact rating of a 1. That's going to be a swing and a miss for Lynch. He will strike out. 2 outs in the inning as Lynch goes through a curveball pretty badly. 2 outs in the inning, and Backman is now the batter. Backman is 1 for 2. Royce will take the sign from Scotia. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 494. Oh boy. Against a lefty. That's going to be a fly ball for Backman into center field. Getting under that one is going to be Landro. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the top of the 5th. Dodgers still holding on to a 3-2 lead at the halfway point of tonight's game. Just taking a quick drink before the Dodgers come to the plate. Leading off for the Dodgers is Madlock. Madlock is 0 for 2 tonight. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 534. That's over to Hernandez, and a 534 is going to be grounded right to him. Hernandez will wave Lynch off, coming to cover the bag. Hernandez will take that to the bag himself for out number 1. Scotia, now the batter. Scotia is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Lynch looks in at Carter for the sign. He will set, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, and Lynch will pitch. With a 509, that's going to be another rare play. We're getting a lot of rare plays tonight. That will be a 257 on the rare play. And a 257 is going to be a base hit into left field. If the blue digit is higher than the left fielder's rating, the batter advances to third on a 2-base error. The blue die is a 7. Left fielder is Foster. What did we say? His... where were we? Oh, yes. Blue digit is... If the blue digit is higher than the left fielder's fielding, it is not. So Scotia looks like he will be at... looks like Lynch will be... Or Scotia will make first, is what it looks like coming out of that rare play. Took me a minute. I had to read it a couple times just to make sure I had everything straight. The infield will go to double play depth, and Brock is the batter. Brock tonight is 1 for 1 with a 2-run bomb and a walk. Scotia, not going to do much on the base paths. He will hold. Brock is going to grip it and rip it. Lynch will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 316. And Brock is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Brock telling the umpire, hey, that pitch was out of bounds. The umpire says, no, you're out of bounds. You're also out. Go sit. Sachs, now the batter. Sachs tonight is 0 for 2. Fans at Dodger Stadium hoping the Dodgers can get something out of this inning. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 651, that'll turn into a 661, but it's just going to change the destination of the ground ball. That'll go over to short. Picking that one up is going to be Santana. He will make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Actually, nothing across except the single for the Dodgers. It is still 3-2 Dodgers after 5. As we've suddenly got an exciting game. It looked like the Dodgers were in control of this one before the Mets said, hey, wait a second, we can actually hit this round little white baseball thing. You bet if I played Stratomatic Baseball a few times, I'd like it a lot. I do like the hockey game. Variety is the spice of life. Don't want you getting bored with season ticket too soon. Well, that's part of why I'm mixing up my baseball collection. I've got a few different seasons, even though I purged Inside Pitch. I still have 5 different seasons. Or 5 different systems, I should say. I've got Season Ticket, Payoff Pitch, Fall Classic, APA, and I'm trying to think. Oh, Strat is the 5th one. So I do have some mixtures on the baseball systems that I've got in my collection. But no, I really do enjoy Season Ticket. I especially like how easily it brings the stadium into the game. It feels very intuitive the way Season Ticket brings the stadium in. And it's a very easy game to get a hold of in terms of, well, not just in terms of acquiring it, but in terms of learning it. But yes, I will try to do more with Stratomatic Baseball, whether I do a full season replay with it, because I do have a few seasons I could use for that now, or just trying to mix in some more exhibition games. But coming to the top of the 6th here, we're looking at the top of the Mets order. Leading off for the Mets is Pacioretty. Pacioretty is 1 for 2. Royce will continue to pitch. He will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 217 against a righty. 217 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Madlock will get a hold of that one. He will throw that across the diamond. That will be out number 1. Hernandez, now the batter. Hernandez tonight is 0 for 2. Royce trying to hold this game down right where it is. He is also due to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Royce will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 188, and a 188 is going to be a bloop single for Hernandez. That'll also be the first point of pitcher fatigue against Royce. Infield will go to double play depth, and Carter is now the batter. Carter is 0 for 2. We are going to get some activity in the Dodgers bullpen, as getting loose for the Dodgers. They've mostly got righties, huh? Getting loose for the Dodgers is going to be Carlos Diaz. He will get up and start throwing in the Dodger bullpen. Hernandez, not a threat to do much on the base paths. He will hold. Carter is going to grip it and rip it. Royce will get the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That is a 100 even, and that'll be popped up on the infield. Brock will get under that one in the foul territory. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 2. Strawberry is now the batter. Strawberry is 1 for 2. Hernandez waiting at first. Royce will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 219. 219 against the lefty is going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that one for the Dodgers is going to be Sachs. He will take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Dodgers, or for the Mets. We are still at 3-2 Dodgers as we head for the bottom of the 6th. We're also going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen, as starting to get loose for the Dodgers, starting to get loose for the Mets is going to be somebody who handles predominantly righties well. Doug Sisk is going to start warming up for the Mets. As for the Dodgers and the leadoff spot due to Royce, I'm just making some notes here, because the Dodgers are going to take Royce out of the game. September is not a time for funny business and any kind of crazy heroics. September is a time to get wins if you're in the pennant race. And the Dodgers are no exception to that. Coming into bat for the Dodgers, somebody who hits righties decently well, that is going to be Dodgers are going to bring in Terry Whitfield to pinch hit. 260 average, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs in 85. Lynch will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. I'm going to finish making my notes here. All right, that is a 413. And against a righty, Whitfield's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That will be out number 1. One out in the inning for the Dodgers, and the batter now is Duncan. Duncan tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, and he advanced on an error. Lynch gets the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 637. That'll turn into a 647, and it'll be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that for the Mets is going to be Backman. He will make the play over to first, out number 2. Landreau is now the batter. Landreau tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Lynch looking in at Carter for the sign once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 348. And a 348 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Foster will get under that one for the Mets. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 6th. After 6, Dodgers still holding on to a 3-2 lead. Dodgers need a pitcher. As Digital Diamond is already yelling at me. Coming in to pitch for the Dodgers is going to be Carlos Diaz. 6-3 with a 2.61 ERA. 79 1/3 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 7 home runs in 85. He will be charged with the second half of the Mets order. Here's Foster. Foster tonight is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. Diaz hoping to hold this game right where it is. He will get the sign from Scotia. Fans at Dodger Stadium are on their feet. Diaz will set, and he will pitch. That is a 339. And Foster is going to swing through a slider for strike 3. That will be out number 1. Knight, now the batter. Knight tonight is 0 for 2. Diaz looks into Scotia for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 418 against a lefty. A 418 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Duncan will get that one ranging to his left. He will throw that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Santana, now the batter. Santana is 0 for 2. Diaz gets the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 193. And a 193 is going to be a bloop single for Santana. He will extend the inning with a 2-out single. Lynch is going to come out of the game. Mets are going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter here. And somebody who hits lefties well. Coming in to pinch hit for the Mets. Their bench is honestly not that good. They're going to bring in... who are they going to bring in? That is a good question. Mets are going to bring in Lenny Dykstra. 254 average, 1 home run, 19 RBI in 85. I'm going to make my note here. There we go. Diaz will get the sign from Scotia. 2 outs, top of the 7th, Dodgers with a 3-2 lead. Diaz will set, and he will pitch. That is a 212 against a lefty. Dykstra is going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1 hit. Oh, wait a minute. That was Dykstra. Okay, so I just went up here. Nothing across except the single for the Mets. We're still 3-2 Dodgers as we head for the 7th inning stretch. As usual, you can sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" if you like, but I won't torture you guys with my rendition of it. I will, however, take a small break. And also about variety, Jester, I do have a plan to make sure I mix up, especially my baseball season replays. But I'll talk more about that when we have the first summer season selection show. Say that 5 times fast. Don't forget, we still have fast score after tonight's game to see how the rest of the majors fared. Unless something goes crazy in fast score, tomorrow morning we will have Saturday morning baseball. That won't change whether we have anything crazy. What could change is our destination. As of now, I'm penciling in a trip to Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for an American League East matchup that could have big implications on the playoffs. The Toronto Blue Jays will be taking on the Detroit Tigers, as coming into tonight's action, they are separated by just a half game in the American League East. And this will be a doozy of a pitching matchup, too. Jack Morris will be going for the Tigers, and Doyle Alexander will be going for the Blue Jays. That's assuming nothing goes crazy in fast score. But we will see about that when we get to the end of tonight's game. Bottom of the 7th, actually before we do that, Mets need a pitcher. Coming in to pitch for the Mets is going to be Doug Sisk. 4-5 with a 5.30 ERA. 73 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, 40 walks, 3 homers, and 85. Unfortunately, his task is very unenviable, as he's got to face the murderer's row of the Dodgers, heart of the Dodgers order. Here's Marshall. Marshall is 1 for 3 tonight. Sisk will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 471 against a righty. A 471. Marshall's going to lead off with a base hit into left field. He will be content at first with the leadoff single, as that'll get to Foster. Well, he'll cut that one off in a hurry, and Marshall will be on to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Infield will go to double play depth, as here's Guerrero. Guerrero tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield is at double play depth. Nothing cute here. Guerrero is going to grip it and rip it. Sisk will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 622. That'll turn into a 632. And that's going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that is going to be Santana. He will make the catch for out number 1. Madlock, now the batter. Madlock tonight is 0 for 3. Sisk will get the sign from Carter. Nothing crazy happening here again. Madlock will swing away. Sisk will kick, and he will pitch. That is a 469 against a righty. A 469, plunk, ouch. Fastball comes a little too far inside, and Sisk drills Madlock with the pitch. And now the Dodgers have something going on. Dodger Stadium coming alive, and the batter now is Scotia. Scotia tonight is 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles. Sisk will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 395. And a 395 is going to be a base hit, and the Dodgers are going to get another run. Marshall will come in to score. Madlock will go to second, and it'll be 4-2 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! And now a very bad situation for the Mets coming up. Here's Brock. Brock tonight is 1 for 2 with a walk and a 2-run home run. And this is a very dangerous situation. Dodgers fans are coming alive here. We're going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen, as getting loose for the Mets now is going to be, it's going to be Tom Gorman getting loose for the Mets. Actually, I normally note when I've got new pitchers coming in. Okay, I think we got that straight now. Sisk will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 586. That could be a bad play. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Strawberry going after that one. And that's going to drop, and Brock's going to have a double, and the bases are going to get cleared. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Actually, Madlock will score, as will Scotia all the way from first. And Brock will go to second, 6-2 in favor of the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Sachs. Sachs tonight is 0 for 3, and that is going to be it for Sisk. He did not have a good night tonight at all. Coming in to pitch for the Mets. Ooh, that can't be good. You're getting a heating pad for your neck. Hopefully things are okay there. Coming in to pitch for the Mets tonight, once this decides it wants to cooperate, is going to be Tom Gorman. 4-4 with a 5.13 ERA, 52 2/3 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 8 home runs in 85. His job is to hold this score right where it is. Brock is still Sisk's runner. Gorman will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 6-13. That'll turn into a 6-23, and that'll be popped up on the infield to second base. Sachs will call everybody off. He'll make the catch. That'll be out number 2. The infield wouldn't have been at double play depth. I just wasn't paying attention to that. Batter now is... Actually, we're going to get some activity in the Dodger bullpen. They're going to start getting Tom Niedenfuer ready, because they don't know what this Mets offense is capable of, and as such, Diaz is going to come out to pitch, or come out to bat. So Diaz will be the batter as Niedenfuer starts warming up. Gorman will get the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 6-18. That'll turn into a 6-28, and that'll be popped up on the infield. Santana calling everybody off. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 3 runs for the Dodgers on 3 hits and a hit batter, as the Dodgers now open up a 6-2 lead after 7. Top of the 8th coming up. We'll see the top of the Mets order coming back up. Here's Backman. Backman tonight is 1 for 3. He's been very quiet since the first. Diaz will get the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 384, and a 384 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Guerrero. He will come in for that one slightly, but he'll make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Pacioretty, now the batter. Pacioretty is 1 for 3 as well. Diaz gets the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 149 and a 149, Pacioretty swings through a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Hernandez, now the batter. Hernandez is 1 for 3 as well. Diaz gets the sign from Scotia. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 3-12. And Hernandez gets frozen by a slider for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Mets here in the top of the 8th. At a time where they can't be going 1-2-3. Score is now 6-2 Dodgers as we head for the bottom of the 8th. Gorman will come back out to pitch the bottom of the 8th for the Mets. He'll be looking at the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Duncan. Duncan tonight is 2 for 4 with 2 singles, and he advanced on an error. Gorman gets the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. That is a 423 against the lefty. A 423 is going to be a base hit for Duncan into center field, and I don't think the Dodgers are going to get greedy tonight. They need wins. They don't need to show off here. Mets will go to double play depth, and the batter now is Landreau. Landreau tonight is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Gorman will get the sign from Carter. Mets could use a double play ball here. Gorman will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 683. That'll be a 693. And that's going to be a base hit for Landreau. He will reach with a single as well. Duncan will go to second as Landreau goes to first. Fans at Dodger Stadium are coming alive as the ever-dangerous Marshall now comes to the plate. Marshall tonight is 2 for 4. Gorman looking in at Carter for the sign. We're actually going to get some more activity in the Mets bullpen as they need to go there again. Starting to get loose for the Mets is going to be... They're going to get Terry Leach warming up for the Mets. Gorman will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 4-11. And a 4-11 against the lefty is going to be a ground ball over to short. Santana will grab that one. Step on second to get Landreau. He'll throw that over to first. That is in time. That'll be a G6-3 inning-ending double play. Stadium groans. Actually, that'll be 2 outs in the inning. Never mind. I got a little bit too excited. Duncan will make third. Landreau and Marshall are out. 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Guerrero. Guerrero tonight is 0 for 3 with a walk. Gorman gets the sign from Carter, and he will pitch. With a 648, that'll turn into a 658, and it'll be grounded over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Knight. He will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Dodgers ground into a double play, and that leaves the Dodgers with a 6-2 lead after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? I know if RJL was here, he wouldn't want to see any 9th inning magic. Diaz is going to come out of the game. The Dodgers, as I mentioned, don't want any funny business tonight. They want wins. Coming in to pitch for the Dodgers tonight, even though it's not a safe situation, they're going to go to him to slam the door shut. The Dodgers are going to bring Tom Niedenfuer to the mound. 7-9 with a 2.71 ERA. 106 and a third innings pitched, 102 strikeouts, 24 walks, and 6 home runs in 85. He will be in charge of the middle of the Mets order. Leading off for the Mets in the top of the 9th is Carter. Carter is 0 for 3. Niedenfuer will look to Scotia for the sign. Dodger Stadium, loud and on their feet. Niedenfuer will set, and he will pitch. With a 237 against a righty, a 237. Carter's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. One out, and Strawberry now the batter. Strawberry is 1 for 3. One out in the top of the 9th. Niedenfuer gets the sign from Scotia, and he will pitch. That will be a 640. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Landreau getting under that one near the track. He will track that down, and there will be 2 outs in the inning. And the last chance for the Mets comes to George Foster. George Foster has the 2-run home run that's been all of the Mets scoring tonight. Niedenfuer will get the sign from Scotia. Fans at Dodger Stadium are loud, hoping the Dodgers can finish this game off. Niedenfuer will set, and he will pitch. 647. And a 647 is going to be grounded over to second. Picking that one up is going to be Sachs. He'll pump once, pump twice, throw to first. That's your game. The Los Angeles Dodgers managed to take total control of this game. They will defeat the New York Mets by a final score of 6-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. For the Dodgers, 6 runs on 13 hits and no errors. For the Mets, 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Jerry Royce. He will pick up the win. Ed Lynch will take the loss, and Carlos Diaz will end up with the hold. But of course, you guys know the drill by now. We are not done yet, because we still have to ask our friends at Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. As usual, I'm going to do some cleanup before we get that far. Okay, we're just about set to ask Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. The Dodgers pick up a huge win on the board over the Mets as they win this one by a final score of 6-2. But of course, we need to know how the rest of the majors fared. And the team we're watching here is we're watching the San Francisco Giants. Actually, no, we're not watching the Giants. We are actually watching the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves, the Texas Rangers, and the Oakland Athletics for Doomsday. 3 losses by the Braves and the Athletics, and 2 by the Rangers, and they will be eliminated respectively from playoff contention. But we have a while to go before we worry about that. First up, September 7th, we've got the Angels and the Orioles. Angels, 12:23, that is 3. Orioles, 11:45, that is 5. And that's a win for the Orioles, as the Orioles are trying to stay in the thick of a chaotic American League East race for the wild card. Indians and the Red Sox have a doubleheader. Game 1. Indians, 15:21, that is 3. Red Sox, 19:32, that is 5. And the Red Sox take Game 1. Even the Red Sox are a long shot. Game 2. Indians, 11:62, that is 7. Red Sox, 22-23, that is 4. The Indians take that game. They will split the twin bill. Split is not what the Red Sox want to see here. Mariners and the Tigers. Mariners, 16-22, that is 3. Tigers, 14-23, that is 3. That is also 3. They will go to extras. Mariners roll a 3, plus 2 is 5. Tigers roll a 3, minus 1 is 2. That'll be a win for Seattle in extras. Tigers can't afford to be taking too many losses here, with the Orioles nipping at their heels. Brewers and the Royals. Brewers, 9:44, that is 5. Royals, 14:54, that is 7. And Kansas City will get that win. Athletics and the Yankees. Athletics, 7:51, that is 5. Yankees, 20:41, that is 6. And the Yankees continue to win, and oh yeah, they're still winning. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox, 14:65, that is 10. Rangers, 6:46, that is 4. And the White Sox take that one and send the Rangers closer to doomsday. Twins and the Blue Jays. Twins, 2:45, that is 3. Blue Jays, 12:45, that is 5. Toronto will take that win. Phillies and the Padres. Phillies. Oh, looks like we skipped a bunch of games. We'll stick with this one. Phillies, 7:36, that is 4. Padres, 9:13, that is 1. And the Phillies will get that win. And the Padres. Reds and the Cubs, as Philip Anderson now joins us here for Fast Score. And yes, it was a great game and a win for the Dodgers tonight. And Philip says Detroit and Toronto as well. So we will make it official. So before I roll the Reds and the Cubs, we will make it official that for tomorrow morning on Saturday Morning Baseball, we will be going to Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for a matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Every game in the AL East is a critical one. Coming back to tonight's action, we've got the Reds and the Cubs. Reds, 6:44, that is 4. Cubs, 8:11 is 0. That game belongs to the Reds. Reds, another team that need every win they can get their hands on. Pirates and the Astros. Pirates, 722, that is 2. Astros, 1236, that is 4. And the Astros will double up the Pirates. Expos and the Giants. Expos, 835, that is 3. Giants, 122, that is 1. The Expos get that win to send the Giants closer to doomsday. Braves and the Cardinals. Braves, 654, that is 5. Cardinals, 13-23, that is 3, and that's a win for the Braves. September 8th, Angels and the Orioles. Angels, 12-16, that is 2. Orioles, 14-65 is going to be a lot more than 2, that is 10. The Orioles will beat up on the Angels. Mariners and the Tigers. Mariners, 12-15, that is 2. Actually, yeah, we're doing Indians and the Red Sox, never mind. So Indians, 12-15, that is 1, that is 2. Red Sox, 13-46, that is 6, and that's a win for the Red Sox. I confused myself for a second there. Now Mariners and the Tigers. Mariners, 8-31, that is 3. Tigers, 13-31, that is 4, and that's a win for the Tigers. Brewers and the Royals. Brewers, 11-33, that is 4. Royals, 10-65, that is 9. Kansas City will take that win. Athletics and the Yankees. The Athletics have already lost once. Are they the two-loss team for Doomsday? No. So Athletics and the Yankees. Athletics, 10-45, that is 5. Yankees, 11-35, that is 4. The Athletics get that win, and they should stave, well, I'm not going to say anything about staving off Doomsday yet. White Sox and the Rangers. Let me look at the Rangers. They've already taken 1 loss in ticker. If the Rangers lose here, the Rangers are officially eliminated from the 1985 playoffs. Do the White Sox bring the Rangers to Doomsday? Let's find out. White Sox, 7-32, that is 3. Rangers, 4-14, that is 1. That's a win for the White Sox, and the Texas Rangers have officially been eliminated from the playoff picture. Twins and the Blue Jays. Twins, 6-15, that is 1. Blue Jays, 16-63, that is 9. And the Blue Jays beat up on the Twins. Reds and the Cubs. Reds, 5-22, that is 2. Cubs, 11-65, that is 9. That is a win for the Cubs. Mets and the Dodgers. Mets looking for a little bit of revenge after tonight's board game. And they might get it here. Mets, 4-32, that is 2. Dodgers, 5-33. Never mind, that is 3. And the Dodgers will get that win. Phillies and the Padres. Phillies, 11-25, that is 3. Padres, 8-15, that is 1. That is a win for the Phillies. Expos and the Giants. Let me look for the Giants here, but I think they are another team that can take 3 losses as well. No, the Giants have officially been eliminated, so never mind about that. Expos and the Giants. Expos, 10-14, that is 1. Giants, 2-22, that is also 1. They will go to extras. Expos roll a 4, plus 1 is 5. Giants roll a 5, minus 1 is 4. That'll be a win for the Expos in extras. Braves and the Cardinals. Braves, 7-13, that is 1. Cardinals, 14-54, That is 7. That is a win for the Cardinals. September 9th, Royals and the Angels. Royals, 645. That is 4. Angels, 351. That is also 4. They will go to extras. Kansas City rolls a 3, plus 2 is 5. California rolls a 3, plus 2 is also 5. And by virtue of being the home team, that'll be a win for the Angels in extras. Twins and the White Sox. Twins, 1265, that is 9. White Sox, 1565, that is 10. And the White Sox win a shootout. I suspect neither pitcher wanted to pitch at that game very much. Yankees and the Brewers. Yankees, 1654, that is 7. Brewers, 1345, that is 5. And that is a win for the Yankees. Hold on. Did the Twins? Hold up, I gotta check something here. Oh, it looks like I only did a 3-day block here. Oh, well. So, yeah, it looks like everything's fine there. So, Yankees over the Brewers. Rangers and the Athletics. Rangers, 723, that is 2. Athletics, 2164, that is 10. And that is a win for the Athletics. Indians and the Mariners. Indians, 1516, that is 3. Mariners, 1312, that is 1. That is a win for the Indians. Tigers and the Blue Jays are both 5s, and we'll see these two teams tomorrow morning. Tigers roll a 56, that is 5. Blue Jays roll a 66, that is 9. And the Blue Jays explode for the Bluebirds peck the kitty cats in that one. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers, 1746, that is 6. Braves, 112 is 0. The Dodgers will get that win. Padres and the Reds. Padres, 646, that is 4. Reds, 515, that is 1. And the Friars will bless that game with a win. Giants and the Astros. Giants, 343, that is 3. Astros, 1043, that is 5. That is a win for the Astros. Last up at tonight's action, Cubs and the Cardinals. Cubs, 1222, that is 3. Cardinals, 1643, that is 6. And the Redbirds will double up the Baby Bears. And that will do it for tonight's block of 1985 season ticket baseball. I'm just going to mark off our feature game so I go to print the score sheet, so I can print the score sheet later tonight. Then I'll go ahead and enter the results from tonight's action in my standings track, and we'll see what's changed in terms of Doomsday and all that stuff. 1-3, 2-0, 3-0. Actually, did the Expos only play twice? One, two, yeah, they only played twice. Forgot I only did a 3-day block here. Rangers went 0-3. 2-1, 0-3. I fat fingered the Cardinals once again. There's no way the Pirates only played once, though. Yes, they did, apparently. Never mind. Sometimes I just have a hard time swallowing these block results, but as long as I keep a copy of Fast Score right here, it's all fine. Let's see, 2-1 for the Royals, 2-0 for the Astros, 1-2 for the Tigers, 2-1 for the Indians, 1-2 for the Reds, 3-0 for the White Sox, Cubs, 1-1 for the Red Sox, 2-0 for the Orioles, 1-2 for the Braves. Okay. Now that we've got that all hammered out, I'll go ahead and update my standings as well here. No change in the East. The Royals are picking up ground on the Angels. Cardinals are getting some breathing room on the Mets, and the Dodgers are getting some breathing room on the Astros. And now we are watching the Braves in terms of doomsday preparation. So the Rangers have officially been eliminated. The Brewers aren't too far behind. We're actually watching almost everybody in the American League West right now. The Athletics, Mariners, and Twins are all on doomsday watch. The Cubs aren't far behind, and we're also watching the Braves in this next block. So that will do it for tonight's action in Season Ticket Baseball. Tomorrow morning, since I'll be doing Mystical Munchies as the entree this week, which will be out of the Recipes from the World of Tolkien cookbook, Fish and Chips. Saturday morning, we will be at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for an American League East matchup, as the Detroit Tigers will be playing the Toronto Blue Jays. Jack Morris will be on the mound for the Tigers, and Doyle Alexander will be up for the Blue Jays. Sunday morning, we will be having another block of 1985 Season Ticket Baseball on Sunday Morning Baseball. Wednesday next week, we will be playing game number 3 on my War Room 10-game challenge as we play the Hunters from Constant Press and GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications to get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone, and hope you feel better soon, Jester. The Los Angeles Dodgers keep complete control of this game as they beat the New York Mets by a final score of 6-2. Once again, take care.